G'day world. So had a question on my carbon clinchers, my 50mm carbon clinchers that I purchased from AliExpress from China. Do they still flex? Do they have movement? Yes, they do. Although I've had the new spokes put on them, they do flex a bit, but nowhere near as much as they did when they had the old spokes on. Okay, the old spokes were useless and they're only hanging on by a couple of threads. Okay, but when you're climbing, there's definitely a bit of flex there, and when you're sprinting or you're putting a lot of load through there, they move a bit. So I'll show you now what I do to compensate it for when I'm climbing, so when I'm going up hills and when I'm just out riding on these wheels. And I'll do it with any wheel. Now a mate of mine has got some 60s what are they called, zips, some 60s mil zips, and they flex, and he opens up the brake caliper the same as what I do. So I'll show you this. Let's just go over here. I'm going to try and do all this in one video because I'm busy as today. I'm doing some work on my deck and I've got to go and run some electrical wires and take a roof panel off and all the rest of it. So anyway, here's my baby. Alright, let's try and set her up so that I can... I'll hit the off button there. It shouldn't have gone off, but anyway, let's come out a bit, get it all in focus. Alright, so here we are. Now I ride, in general, if I'm just riding around on a normal little steady ride, I just have the caliper open a bit, okay? But if I'm climbing, I have it right open, so that's fully open. So there's your closed position. There's about halfway where I'll normally ride with it, and if I'm doing a long climb, I'll just stick it up there so as I know there's no movement. I'm going to be rubbing on the wheels, on the brake blocks. But I'll show you now, see if you can see this movement. But let me just have a look. Yeah, it looks about right. So you should be able to see this. So if I grab the wheel just with two fingers, you can see that movement. Alright, so if I pull it over this side, that's the movement still. So it will, look, I'm touching the brake block there. So it will, I guess you stick Mark Cavendish on this bike and he's going to have them rubbing like hell on those blocks. But the more power you put through, obviously your wheels will flex. But they are meant to. So it is perfectly normal for them to do this. All right? And I'm not putting a great deal of pressure on there, but there you go. So it is normal, they're meant to do it, and that's just life. I'd suggest if you've got a set of wheels, even you know, brand name ones, I would still suggest just riding with your caliper partly open. Hope that has helped, hope that answered your questions. You got any questions or comments on this, you can stick them down below.